In this video, I'm not only going to be showing you how realtors are using ChatGPT to get ahead, but I'm also going to be giving you 7 specific prompts that you can start using today. After coaching over 100 real estate agents and doing over $100 million sales myself, I realized that agents do 10 times the amount of deals if they're leveraging AI rather than running away from it. I'm also going to be sharing one of the biggest mistakes agents make when using ChatGPT, so make sure you stick around to hear that. All right, let's get right into it. ChatGPT is completely changing the way the real estate game is done. I'm going to be sharing with you 8 prompts that I personally use and I help other agents use as well in the real estate business. So coming in at number 1 is creating social media content. So we all know how important social media content these days have become for real estate agents. You can get a whole lot of clients on this. So the first one is going to be generating social media content. And you can actually use ChatGPT to come up with ideas that you can use for social media. Now, here's the prompt down here. Create 10 Instagram post ideas for real estate agents. And targeting first-time home buyers, include captions, hashtags, themes for visuals, emphasize education, market trends, and client success stories. So I'm going to actually show you a live example of me using this, and I'll even refine the prompt just a little bit as well. So this is going to be a game changer once you can actually harness this and use it in your business. So basically just copy paste, throw that guy in there, and let's see what it comes out with. And boom, you have 10 ideas here that you can post on social media. So break down the buying process. You can actually figure out exactly like a 5-step framework that you can use to buying a home. So for example, like getting pre-approved, budgeting, house hunting, offers, closing, things like this. And then a couple of hashtags that you can use as well. You can also ask for more hashtags. Current market trends. Did you know that the market is shifting in your favor? Here's why first-time home buyers are getting great deals in this season. So you can actually use this, copy paste this, and say, give me a script for a video that I'm going to be making on this. So that's also a huge hack to use. Common mistakes to avoid. So 3 mistakes when buying your first home, 3 mistakes when purchasing an investment property, 3 mistakes when using your RSP to purchase a home. So many different ideas can come from this. These are just kind of frameworks that you can use. Client success story, you want to highlight somebody that has already had success with you. How much can you afford? So wondering how much you can afford. Figure out a simple formula to show them the debt service ratios that they can use, or you can even have a calculator as the graphic and give them a link to a calculator. Next is neighborhood spotlight. So if you just take an area in your neighborhood and you highlight it and you show them, hey, this is a new up and coming area in my neighborhood. You probably want to take a look at this if it's a first time home buyer or an investor, things like that. Myths about buying your first home. So think you need 20% down to buy a home. That's a actual myth. So you can talk about that. Why now is the best time to buy. Educational reel, so a realtor Q&A, what questions you have about buying your first house. So maybe get a list of questions or ask ChatGPT give you a list of questions. And then countdown to closing. So closing day countdown. So 5 days till the keys are in their hands. So this is when you sold a property, and you can kind of, instead of just posting sold, listed, escrow done, or subject to remove, you can actually start a countdown on your Instagram, and you could just get everybody excited for people who are about to get their keys to their house. So it kind of just brings more engagement. Now, number 2 is going to be generating a blog content to drive SEO. Now, if you don't know what SEO is basically search engine optimization. So if you have a website, the amount of words that you have on your website and the words specific relating to home buying or getting a down payment or getting a mortgage, that's all going to drive Google to put your website at the top. So if you have blog posts, it actually helps your content get out to more people on Google. So you do want to have a blog, and this is how you get blog posts. Write 1,000-word blog post about top 7 things to know before buying your dream for your first home in, let's say, Langley. Include actionable tips, examples, and why hiring a knowledgeable realtor is critical in this process. So if we actually just take this prompt, and I'm going to use it for my area, but if we copy paste it, boom, you can see ChatGPT is actually writing this whole blog post for us, and we don't really need to even do much. So it's going to write an intro, it's going to write some steps, 1 step, 2 step, tell you have a complete 7-step action plan that you can post on your website. And honestly, like, this has words like Langley that'll help with your SEO, first time buyer, again, Langley, hot new listing. These are words that Google is going to help you rank and actually show up on the front page. Now, prompt number 3, create a market analysis report for clients. So This is massive when you want to educate somebody on a specific area or a specific market. This will help you immensely when you're trying to work with first-time buyers, you're trying to work with people who don't know the area, maybe people who are relocating, things like that. So create a market analysis report for a blank location for the last 6 months. Include trends in average home prices, inventory levels, and days on market, and explain what these trends mean for buyers and sellers in simple terms. So if we throw this in here, and we throw, let's actually use a different area. Um, let's use Miami for the last 6 months. Real quick, guys, if you are getting value from this video, hit that subscribe button. It motivates me to make more videos like this. And boom, after searching 4 websites, you are now an expert in Miami real estate. You know the average home price, you know the inventory levels, you know the days on markets, you know the key insights, you know economic and demographic influences, and you know an overall conclusion of how Miami is doing as a market. So you throw this on your website. This is going to be crazy for search engine optimization as well, but this is also going to be really good when you're sending it to your prospective buyers or sellers, and you can use this in your conversations as well when you're talking to these folks. Now, prompt number 4, we have video scripts for property tours. So property tours are massive because you could basically go to anybody's listing. You can go to anybody in your market. You can say, hey, you know what, I want to advertise your listing. If you don't have any listings, if you have listings, you want to do this for your own. But basically, you want to go to the properties and make a video. So here's the prompt here. Write a video script for a virtual tour of a luxury 5-bedroom home. Highlight the open concept kitchen, spacious master suite, and backyard with a pool. Use descriptive language and close with a call to action, inviting viewers to schedule a private showing. So if we take this here and we put it into ChatGPT, and let's say we don't need to fill anything else out. So let's say we just use that. Let's say the property is located in California near Venice Beach. Just like that, you have an entire script that you can use to highlight this property. Now you can change this if it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bedroom home, if it has any unique features, anything it may be about the property. But this basically gives you an intro, opening shot, what exactly you should have even as the visuals, and a script here, and then another which you should have as the visuals and a script, so on and so forth. And it goes all the way to go through the bedrooms, the backyard, the sunset view of the property. And this can be massive when you're recording videos at scale. So if you want to do 5 or 10 of these, you basically just get ChatGPT to put the information in ChatGPT, and this creates script. You put it on Google Doc and you go to the actual property and you just literally read off of it with your videographer, and you can get it done in probably 10-15 minutes each house. And moving on to the 5th prompt is crafting community guidelines. So this is kind of similar to the other one where you want to educate the prospective buyer or seller about an area, but this one's more specific as to the schools, parks, restaurants, community options, more of the lifestyle stuff here. So this, for example, let's put in a neighborhood of, let's say, Dallas, Texas. And this is going to basically spit out all the information. So if somebody is relocating to that area, or if they're really keen on knowing what schools are around in that area, that's going to give us that. And with a click of a button, you basically have all the information you need about Dallas, Texas. So you have the top schools here. So Highland Park looks like it's consistently ranked the best school in Texas. And moving on to parks, you have Clyde Warren Park, White Rock Lake Park, Harbor Hills Park, must try rest. This is even giving you the restaurants in the area. So you can actually go to these restaurants and even interview the business owners and put that on your social media. Commuting options, so you have the highways, public transit, air travel, cycling and walking, lifestyle, downtown, uptown, family-oriented suburbs. So here's some areas, arts and culture, sports, and types of properties that you have in the area, and then some final thoughts. So this is the part that I meant the biggest mistake that folks make is just copying and pasting. So obviously with this commuting options, highways, public transit, air travel, cycling and walking, obviously you know that these are kind of common sense things. Like you can walk around, you can cycle, you can travel with a helicopter. This might tell you a little bit of information about the airports, but at the end of the day, like nobody needs to know that cycling and walking is an option. You kind of know cycling and walking is the option. So the biggest mistake people make with ChatGPT is not reading it over and not editing it so that it actually makes sense and it looks like you wrote it. Now, the sixth prompt that we have for you, ladies and gentlemen, is creating client email campaigns. So this is massive. You are not using email marketing. It's one of the biggest ways to market to your list of prospects that you have. So I highly recommend you get on that. But if you don't know what to put in your email campaigns, that's exactly what this prompt is for. So write a 5-part email sequence for potential home buyers who have inquired about properties but have not yet taken action. The tone should be friendly and educational, focus on reducing fear and explaining the buying process and showcasing why now is a great time to buy in blank market. So if we put this into ChatGPT, let's go in Vancouver, BC. Now, before this, you didn't have email marketing. Now you have email marketing and you have your first 5 emails to put in your email sequence. So this basically starts the email sequence as if they, like in our prompt, just registered with seeing some properties and saying, hey, thanks for your recent inquiry about properties in Vancouver. Buying a home can feel overwhelming, but I'm here to guide you every step of the way. The process doesn't have to be stressful. Blah, blah, blah. Basically a CTA here. So book a call with you. So your Calendly booking link should be in there or whatever you use to book appointments. And then the next email here, next email here, next email here, next email again. And a couple of tips it gives you as well. Kept the tonality friendly and empathetic. Offer actionable steps in each email. Personalized email with specific neighborhoods or features based on your buyer's inquiry. So this is massive. You can build a whole 30, 40, 50, 60-day email sequence. But again, remember not to just copy paste. You obviously want to edit some stuff, make it sound like you, and also you want to make sure that it doesn't just sound like a robot. All right, last but not least, the 7th prompt. So crafting hyper-targeted property listing. So write a detailed, persuasive listing description for a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home located in blank. Highlight its modern kitchen, proximity to schools, family-oriented neighborhood, include sensory language and call to action. Target the description to young families looking for their first home. So I used to spend way too much time making property descriptions when I was listing properties. This basically eliminates all of that. So you basically take this prompt into here, and when you need to put it into the MLS or you need to put it into your software that uploads listings, you basically want to use this prompt and it'll basically spit out a nice property description for you to use in your MLS listing. So this is massive value when you're in a rush and you don't have time to actually write up a listing description, or when you outsource this to a VA or somebody else who's writing your property descriptions. Instead of them having to be creative and figure out something nice to say, you can basically just put this into ChatGPT and boom, look how nice this description is. It's a little bit long, but what you could do is ask ChatGPT to make it under 100 characters or 300 characters or 500 characters, whatever your MLS actually allows you to have. You can basically tell ChatGPT to fit it within 300 characters. So that's essentially it, guys. That's my 7 prompts that I use pretty much on a monthly basis for real estate agents, and I show other agents how to use it. That being said, these are only useful if you have clients to work with. If you have a lack of clients to work with, I put a link below to book a call with our team where we can show you how to install a client acquisition machine called a precision targeting funnel, where this brings you anywhere between 2 to 4 closings per month. I'll see you guys on the next video.